Book 1. Canto 13. The sacrifice finished. The circling year had filled its course, and back was brought the wandering horse. Then upon Sarju's northern strand began the rite the king had planned. With Rishyasring the forms to guide, the Brahmins to their task applied. At that great offering of the steed their lofty-minded king decreed. The priests, who all the scripture knew, performed their part in order due, and circled round in solemn train as precepts of the law ordain. Pravargya rites were duly sped, for apasads the flames were fed. Then from the plant the juice was squeezed, and those high saints with minds well pleased performed the mystic rites begun with bathing ere the rise of sun. They gave the portion Indra's claim, and hymned the king whom none can blame. The midday bathing followed next, observed as bids the holy text. Then the good priests with utmost care, inform that scripture's rules declare, for the third time pure water shed on high-souled Dasaratha's head. Then Rishyasring and all the rest to Indra and the gods addressed their sweet-toned hymn of praise and prayer, and called them in the right to share. With sweetest song and hymn intoned they gave the gods in heaven enthroned, as duty bids, the gifts they claim, the holy oil that feeds the flame. And many an offering there was paid, and not one slip in all was made. For with most careful heed they saw that all was done by Veda law. None, all those days, was seen oppressed by hunger or by toil distressed. Why speak of humankind? No beast was there that lacked an ample feast. For there was store for all who came, for orphan child and lonely dame, the old and young were well supplied, the poor and hungry satisfied. Throughout the day ascetics fed, and those who roamed to beg their bread, while all around the cry was still, give forth, and eat your fill. Give forth with liberal hand the meal, and various robes in largest deal. Urged by these cries on every side unweariedly their task they plied, and heaps of food like hills in size in boundless plenty met the eyes, and lakes of sauce, each day renewed, refreshed the weary multitude. And strangers there from distant lands, and women folk in crowded bands the best of food and drink obtained at the great rite the king ordained. Apart from all, the Brahmins there, thousands on thousands, took their share of various dainties sweet to taste, on plates of gold and silver placed, all ready set, as, when they willed, the twice-born men their places filled. And servants in fair garments dressed waited upon each Brahmin guest. Of cheerful mind and mien were they, with gold and jeweled earrings gay. The best of Brahmins praised the fare of countless sorts, of flavor rare, and thus to Raghu's son they cried, we bless thee, and are satisfied. Between the rite some Brahmins spent the time in learned argument, with ready flow of speech, sedate, and keen to vanquish in debate. There day by day the holy train performed all rites as rules ordain. No priest in all that host was found but kept the vows that held him bound, none, but the holy Vedas knew, and all their sixfold science too. No Brahmin there was found unfit to speak with eloquence and wit. And now the appointed time came near the sacrificial posts to rear. They brought them, and prepared to fix of bell and kadir 6 and 6, made of the palasa tree, of figwood 1, apart to be, of slesh mat and of devodar 1 column each, the mightiest far, so thick the two, the arms of man their ample girth would fail to span. All these with utmost care were wrought by hand of priests in scripture taught, and all with gold were gilded bright to add new splendor to the rite. 20 and 1 those stakes in all, each 1 and 20 cubits tall, and 1 and 20 ribbons there hung on the pillars, bright and fair. Firm in the earth they stood at last, where cunning craftsmen fixed them fast, and there unshaken each remained, octagonal and smoothly planed.